Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Mia Akila binti Baharin and my metric number is 194855. My supervisor is Associate Professor Dr. Sabrina Abdullah. I'm going to present my final year project titled Comparative Assessment and National Environmental Policies (NEP) of ASEAN Member States (AMS) and their action plans. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations was established in 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, and consists of 10 countries which are Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Brunei Darussalam, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. In addressing the environmental issues faced by the region, ASEAN is guided by ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community (ASCC) Blueprint 2025 and ASEAN Strategic Plan on Environment (ASPEN) 2016 to 2025, where both focus on the environmental protection and sustainability. Every AMS plays an important role in achieving the vision and objective of both ASCC Blueprint 2025 and ASPEN 2016 to 2025 through the implementation of national laws and policies which are essential in ensuring each AMS move towards the same direction in achieving sustainable development. Hence, this project will focus on the national environmental policies implemented by each member state. However, even with so many laws, policies, and regulations enforced by the AMS, some of the environmental issues are still happening. This might happen due to problems where ASEAN's way of using soft law approach in handling and tackling the environmental issues arises are not strict enough. Besides that, the study also stated that problems can arise when there is a gap between the formulation of the policy and the implementation on the ground. While another study stated that enforcement and environmental policies varied immensely amongst the member states in addressing the environmental issue despite the formation of ASCC Blueprint 2025. Therefore, this project hopes to address these following problems. There are two objectives developed which are to examine the similarities and the differences between AMS's national environmental policies in their objective, environmental themes, and implementing measures in combating their environmental degradation issues. For the significance of the study, comparative assessment is essential in understanding the differences and similarities between the national environmental policies implemented in the AMS to ensure policy coherence. The differences that were analysed can be used to improve, revise, and develop a new policy. And last but not least, the study can help the government and policymakers to refine the existing national environmental policies. In the literature review, there were 3 subtopics formed which were related to the study. The first one is ASEAN environmental problems. Based on the reviewed studies, there are several factors that contribute to the environmental degradation in ASEAN countries. The economic growth that the ASEAN members face and the urbanization these countries experience might lead to that environmental problems. The second subtopic is ASEAN measures to protect the environment. The environmental degradation faced by the ASEAN region had driven the AMS to coordinate the regional responses in tackling the environmental challenges and moving towards a sustainable development by developing a SCC Blueprint 2025 and implementing ASPEN 2016 to 2025. And the last subtopic is ASEAN member states' national environmental policies. Every AMS have implemented their own national environmental laws or policies that act as a guidance or framework in ensuring the environmental condition of their countries and a commitment to continue, measure, and improve the states of their environmental performances. Next is the methodology. This study will be using a combination of systematic literature review, SLR, and qualitative content analysis method. SLR is a method that can accurately and thoroughly helps in understanding a huge amount of information by discovering, assessing, analyzing, and combining the existing data based on specific research questions. While content analysis is a research method that involves the interpretation of text and data by using a systematic classification process of coding and identifying the themes and patterns. In this study, the text or data that will be interpreted are the National Environmental Policy (NEP) of ASEAN countries and their action plans. For the data collection part, SLR is conducted in obtaining the policies to be reviewed in the study. For the purpose of this study, the term policy is referring to a document that acts as a guideline for each government of AMS in protecting their environment and also includes a strategic plan of implementation. After making clear on what type of document can be considered as policy, several criteria are developed to ensure a consistent or more or less similar data will be obtained for the analysis. The criteria consists of the policy must be adopted by the government itself, the policy is applicable to almost all areas of the country if not whole, the policy must have a broad scope of that covers various environmental issues in the country, the policy must be a long-term policy, 5 years long or more. The policies of each AMS will be searched through Google search engine by using the keyword policy, national, and environmental. The results that came out then will be read through to determine whether they fit the criteria stated. Official website of the ministry or department that are responsible in matter related to management of the environment for each AMS will also be searched. This is the NEP that were chosen and analysed in this study. Each of them fits the criteria stated, and each country has one environmental policy to be reviewed, except for Philippines, where there would be two policies. For the data analysis, the process of extracting the data to be analysed were done by conducting the SLR. After the policies to be reviewed are obtained, the relevant data that are required in performing content analysis will be extracted from each policy. The first step is to set forth the research question, then followed by identifying the key information. The first key information developed was related to objective, and the second key information is related with the terms implementing measures. Based on the key information, the policies were reviewed and relevant information which related to the key information were extracted and gathered. The result of this SLR which include the objective and implementing measures of every policy are presented in tables. This is the example of SLR table for Laos's NEP, where it contains the name of the document, reference, the objective, and the implementing measures extracted from the policy. Next was to analyze the data in the SLR tables by conducting qualitative content analysis. There were two types of content analysis used, which were inductive content analysis and deductive content analysis. I will explain first the inductive content analysis. Inductive content analysis method was used in the formation of codes and categories for both objective and environmental teams. Inductive content analysis includes the process of open coding, where the codes are formed while reading through the SLR that contain the extracted objective and implementing measures of every policy. Meaning units and condensed meaning units from the data extracted through SLR are put in a table where they were coded and grouped together, hence forming the categories. Categories are generated by comparing the codes and group the codes that seem to belong together. Subcategories sometimes are formed, which will help to reduce the confusion on which categories a code should belong to. This is the example of coding table for objective. The meaning units are the objective developed in each AMS policy. This table shows the process of how inductive content analysis were conducted, starting from the meaning units, then some of it were condensed further without losing its original meaning. Next, the codes were formed, then the codes were grouped together in subcategories, and lastly, categories. This is the example of coding table for environmental teams. The meaning units represent some of the implementing measures which might show the environmental themes that are being addressed in the policies. Next, I'm going to explain about deductive content analysis. Deductive content analysis was used in answering research questions on finding the similarities and the differences in the implementing measures taken by each AMS. This process is also called testing categories, where the categories of environmental themes formed before are wished to be retested in the context of the implementing measures taken by the government of AMS to address the environmental issues. The meaning units were extracted from the SLR tables based on the categories or environmental themes developed, then codes were formed. This table shows the coding table for implementing measures, and this will show the steps in conducting deductive content analysis clearly. The environmental themes were formed in the previous coding process, then the meaning units or implementing measures will be extracted from the SLR table based on the environmental themes. After that, the same process as inductive content analysis took place. The difference between both of these methods is in inductive content analysis, codes are formed while reading through the SLR that contain the extracted objective and implementing measures of every policy, while in deductive content analysis, codes are formed based on the existing categories that have been developed before. Next is result and discussion. This is the result for the similarities and differences in the objective of environmental policies of each AMS. 6 categories had been formed, which are environmental and resource management, social, economic and environmental growth, environmental quality, climate change, green lifestyle, and individual responsibility. Under environmental and resource management category, 6 subcategories are formed. In managing the environment and resources, 7 out of 10 AMS focus their objective to achieve an efficient use of resources, followed by collaboration and cooperation, where half of the AMS develop their objective based on this. For social, economic and environmental growth, there are 3 subcategories formed, and only 3 AMS focus their objective on this category. For environmental quality, 6 of the AMS are focusing their objective on this category, with Vietnam specifically focused on pollution. Next is climate change, where only 3 countries develop their objective based on this category, while only 2 countries' objective focus on green lifestyle, and 3 AMS focus the objective on individual responsibility. Based on the analysis conducted on the objective of each AMS's policy, not all countries' objectives fill up each category, but those that belong in the same category mostly have the same things that they want to achieve. The results help in seeing the clear picture of which country has the same objective in mind and which do not, as well as what the majority of the AMS consider most in their objectives development. This is the table that shows the result of the similarities and differences in the environmental themes in the environmental policies of each AMS. There are 9 categories of environmental theme developed, which include land use, water management, natural resources depletion, biodiversity and ecosystem, waste management, energy transition and renewable, climate change, pollution, and also emissions. Looking from the perspective of environmental themes, the most addressed by the AMS are natural resources depletion and waste management, while the least addressed environmental theme is emissions, with only 4 of the AMS include this environmental theme in their policies. The remaining 6 environmental themes varied between 5 to 7 AMS. Based on this analysis, it can be seen that every AMS has their own different environmental themes that they want to address in their countries. This is understandable as the environmental problems that each AMS faces may vary depending on the level of development, political system, investment on the environment, and economic structure. However, the most addressed environmental themes are natural resources depletion and waste management, where the only country that did not address natural resources depletion is Singapore, and the country that did not address waste management in their policy is Brunei. Next is the result for the similarities and differences in the implementing measures. The results were based on the categories of environmental themes developed. The first one is land use. There are 3 subcategories formed based on the implementing measures taken. Table 15 shows the summary of implementing measures taken by the AMS in addressing land use issue according to the subcategories, where the similarities and differences in the implementing measures related to the land use can be clearly seen. The most implemented measure in addressing land use issue is land use planning and management, where the majority of the AMS implement this measure with the exclusion of 3 AMS, which are Myanmar, Singapore, and Thailand. Meanwhile, Brunei is the only country that implement all 3 measures. Under the water management, there are 7 different implementing measures taken to address this issue. All these subcategories show that different AMS have different implementing measures that they believe can help this issue, even though all of them are trying to achieve the same target, which is to improve their water management. However, some countries actually have the same implementing measures, such as Brunei and Laos, that implement cooperation between relevant parties. Brunei, Singapore, and Vietnam implement water saving to tackle the issue of water management, while Malaysia and Philippines implement the same measure in doing classification and inventory. Table 16 shows the summarized version of implementing measures taken by the AMS in addressing water management. The similarities and differences in the implementing measures taken by the 6 AMS can be clearly seen. There are 8 different implementing measures taken by the related AMS to address natural resources depletion. Except for Brunei, all 9 AMS have developed various implementing measures to combat the issue. Table 17 shows the implementing measures taken by the AMS, where the similarities and differences in the implementing measures can be clearly seen. The most implemented measure is natural resources management, where 6 of the AMS have taken this measure in combating natural resources depletion in their respective countries. Under biodiversity and ecosystem, there are 6 subcategories developed. Table 18 shows the summarized version of the implementing measures taken by the related AMS in combating the problems associated with the biodiversity and ecosystem in their respective countries. The similarities and differences in the implementing measures taken by the AMS can be clearly seen. Some countries actually fall under the same subcategory of implementing measure to combat the issues. The implementing measure of protect the ecosystem is the most implemented with 4 AMS, followed by protect the forest with 3 other AMS. There are 7 subcategories formed under waste management. Table 19 shows the summary of implementing measures taken by the related AMS for waste management. The AMS have taken different actions in combating waste issues in their respective countries, but some of them appear to have taken the same action. Half of the AMS have taken to implement 3R in addressing the pressing issues, and it is the most implemented measure among the AMS. The similarities and differences in how the AMS address waste management issues can be clearly seen. Under energy transition and renewable, there are 3 subcategories developed. Table 20 shows the summary of implementing measures taken by the related AMS to move towards energy transition and renewable. 4 out of 5 countries that take action in addressing the issue in their respective countries have implemented the measure of using renewable energy, while only Indonesia focus on lowering their carbon energy sources. The similarities and differences in how the AMS take their action can be clearly seen. Several subcategories are formed under climate change. The subcategories formed have shown that there are different implementing measures taken by the AMS to address climate change. Table 21 shows the summary of implementing measures taken by the related AMS in addressing this issue. There are also similar implementation measures taken by the AMS, such as adaptation to development is implemented by both Indonesia and Myanmar. Laos and Vietnam implement both research programs and plans and awareness. Meanwhile, sectors and community adaptation towards climate change is implemented by Laos and Thailand. There are 10 subcategories developed under pollution. Table 22 shows the summary of the implementing measures taken by the related AMS to solve this issue. 3 out of 6 AMS that address this issue in their policies have taken the measure in developing efficient guidelines and mechanisms to reduce pollution in their countries. While the similarities and differences between the measures taken can be clearly seen. Under this environmental theme, there are 3 subcategories of implementing measures formed. Table 23 shows the summary of implementing measures taken by the related AMS in addressing the emissions problem in their country. The similarities and differences between the implementing measures taken can be clearly seen. The first subcategory is regulation and enforcement, where Philippines is the only AMS that implement this measure. The next subcategory is awareness. Thailand and Vietnam are the only 2 of the AMS that implement it. The last subcategory under this environmental theme is control at source, and Malaysia is the only AMS that implement this measure. Therefore, based on the analysis done on the implementing measures taken by the AMS in addressing the environmental issues, there are similarities and differences that can be seen. Each of the country tries to tackle the environmental issues that they face in their country in the way that they see fit. However, this result can be used to better improve their policies in how they address their environmental issues. As the conclusion, each AMS have their own environmental policies that they enforce in their country as an effort to protect the country's environment. Different countries might face different environmental degradation issues, and this has led to the formation of policies that only address certain environmental issues that each AMS consider major in their countries. Through the SLR and qualitative content analysis method conducted to find similarities and differences, categories have been formed to better analyze the objective, environmental themes, and implementing measures of the policies. The similarities and differences of the objective, environmental themes, and the implementing measures can be found. Thus, both of the objectives developed in this study have been achieved. Based on the findings, several recommendations can be made. The first one is that our government and policymakers can refine their existing national environmental policies so that better management to protect the environment can be achieved. The second one is in addressing similar environmental issues, the AMS can improve their implementing measures to ensure the best practices can be adopted by all AMS to protect and manage the environment while moving towards becoming a sustainable region. And the last one is the difference found in the objective and implementing measures can be used to improve, revise, and develop a policy that not only cover all aspects of the environment, but also effective implementing measures can be developed while ensuring economic growth and the quality of life for the people. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.